Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. This is Danish Khalil, Enablers Ambassador Karachi. Today we have a very renowned, very popular um, favorite for all the private label sellers. We have Brandon Young, guru of many successful private label sellers. Hello, Brandon. How are you?
Good, and you?
Yeah, I'm
And
doing
wa
good.
alaikum
Great.
salam.
Thank you. All right. So Brandon Young is a winning Amazon seller, consultant, considered by many to be one of the leading experts in Amazon private label. And his own brands have sales of more than $25 million just on Amazon in 2022, making him one of the only coaches who is actually practicing what he teaches. He's very much expert in Amazon SEO. His main strengths lie in his in-depth knowledge of Amazon's ranking algorithm because he understands them really well, and his ability to create data-based processes which improve the success rates and profitability of FBA businesses. 3 years ago, Brandon founded Seller Systems, a mastermind community with educational content for Amazon sellers. Today, Seller Systems has over 1,000 members, of which 300 are 7 and 8 figure brands. That's pretty amazing. Last year, Brandon and his wife, with the help of his CTO, Florian Elia, launched Data Dive, another very powerful tool for product research and optimization for Amazon sellers. Data Dive is quickly growing in popularity with over 1,600 global paid members, ranging from newbie sellers to billion-dollar brands. So, this is a brief introduction about Brandon and his little journey on Amazon and amazing developments that he has made so far for the community and for sellers like us on Amazon private label. So really appreciate your efforts, Brendan. Amazing work. Thank you. All right. So I would like to briefly discuss because this session is more of about Amazon private label launches using Data Dive tool. This is one of the most effective tools that the sellers are using these days. So we have like a community of like over 1.2 million. It's huge community. I think one of the largest community in e-commerce world right now. So everybody's watching you. Data Dive tool. What is Data Dive tool? What are the benefits? Who should use it? And what is the purpose behind this tool? And how one can get benefit of it to become a successful Amazon seller?
First of all, I want to say that I have many friends here in the United States that are Desi, that are Pakistani, and
Okay.
beautiful people. I have broken fast and with them many times,
Very
and
nice.
I think it's a wonderful thing that the Pakistani community is looking to get into e-commerce, to sell on Amazon, to improve their lives, their family lives, and I want to do what I can to support to support you in that. Um, and so I understand that a lot of people don't have the money to start selling their own brand, and so we are going to be releasing data dive tools specifically for service providers that will allow you to share your research with your clients. And if
Okay.
your clients sign up, you will get a credit, and there will be a built-in system so that you can cover the cost of your data dive subscription and potentially make money from sharing data dive with your clients. And so we don't want to be a burden or a cost to you to do the business in the best way possible. And so we are working on building these collaborative tools that will reward uh, the workers who are putting in the hard work to help people become successful and then hopefully become successful themselves. So
Right.
um, to give you an idea of Data Dive and where it came from, we started selling ourselves. And I think that in the Amazon space, or most software comes from necessity. And
Yes.
that is a very old saying that innovation is the is born from necessity. So my wife is from China, and
Right.
she and I are very much about data and numbers. And so When we first started private label, we didn't understand it. We didn't understand the ranking algorithm. We didn't understand keywords or PPC. We kind of just listened to fake gurus who were selling a dream. And so we thought it was easy. And back then it was easier for sure. This is 2015, 2016. And so you could throw a dart and guess and be right a lot of the time. And so the people teaching appeared to know what they were doing, but really they didn't. So we had some success and some failure, but every single time we learned. And then we tried to figure out processes and what data to look at that would allow us to choose better products, that would allow us to have a higher chance of success, and to accurately predict how many units we could sell, and how to write our listing to improve the rank and to help us rank, and then what PPC, what marketing, what traffic, what we could do to improve rank as well. And then we realized that everything is connected, that we understood Amazon's algorithm at a very deep level, that it's two parts. There's performance and there's relevancy. And so I want to explain our background so that you understand how Data Dive became a thing. And the reality is two things. You always need to remember two things. You can't create demand on Amazon. Amazon already has the demand. People are already searching for products in many different ways with many different times every month. And you need to understand that. So don't try to reinvent or create your own keyword that no one searches for, or your own product that no one searches for. Okay? You need to find out how people are searching. And so Data Dive will empower you to find all of the keywords that drive sales for a product, and then compare that to the competition to see if they're good at Amazon. So we call this two different things. We call an opportunity is the number of keywords. A lot of keywords, a lot of opportunity. And if we have very good competition, then it's very high risk. If we have okay competition, it's medium risk. And we're okay to do medium risk products. So we're able to evaluate a product opportunity very quickly to understand how we can compete and do a better job, and whether we should even do the product. And for many people who work with clients who want to find good products, we make it very fast to validate a product. Only a minute or two, you can have all of the data that you need displayed for you in a way that shows you whether you should do a product.
Amazing. Great. Already, I think we have very few, obviously, students, and we have few people already have a grip on Data Dive tool, and they're already learning and using. Obviously, you have some content already available on YouTube as well, free content regarding the tool. So, uh, if somebody like have to see the year 2022, because there are some ups and downs in 2021, the quarter four was good for someone, and for few the quarter four was not that up to the mark, especially in the UK and European markets. So what do you see launches and the PPC strategy to be basic in 2022, and what sort of a products one should avoid in 2022, which is very important to consider?
Yeah, it's very interesting that a lot of people predicted the growth of e-commerce to continue straight up, but a lot of that up was projected or created by the pandemic. And so what ended up happening is it jumped up and then this way, and people think that that's bad, like it's down or flat. But the reality is it's still where it would have been if there was no pandemic, and it is still growing. So you just need to be more realistic about what types of sales you can make. And if you're more realistic about the performance of your product based on the data, then you won't be disappointed, and your expectations will be more accurate. So I like to avoid products that have too small a price point. They're too bulky and too cheap, because Amazon just changed the policy to charge based on dimensional weight. So you have a lot of products that were profitable at $10, $12 that you have to sell now at $17 and $20. And the demand for those products is going to go down. because many people in America, or especially in America, you can go to Walmart or to a local store and you can buy for half the price or a third the price. A good example of this is beach toys. You have a bucket that people bring to the beach and play in the sand, and the kid plays in the sand with this big bucket. And you used to be able to keep that bucket under 12 ounces, and then you would only pay $3.60 for fulfillment. But now your dimensional weight is very big because it's a big bucket, and you have to pay $7 or $8 or more for fulfillment. So you can't sell that product anymore for $11 or $12. You have to sell it for 17. But if I go to Walmart, I can buy it for $5. So it's very, very bad. Certain products are going to be very bad moving forward because of what Amazon has done with their fulfillment fees. And Amazon will have a crash in those markets for demand. But there are other markets that are still strong and growing, and you just need to understand what those are. The other type of product that I avoid is I avoid products with a lot of competition that like to hack their competitors. So that is just a personal preference. I think a lot of people are very greedy and they want to make a lot of money with every product, and they have money, and so they're very impatient. But if you're doing this business properly, you should have a long-term mindset. You should be thinking that I am going to spend the next 3, 4, 5 years building up my business and my brand. And I'm okay that I need to grow eventually to 50, 100 SKUs or more. Then you should take the approach of being patient and understanding the numbers. Don't try to just get into supplements or to electronic accessories because it's very fast. Those are the types of products we avoid. We want to sell, and make at least $100 to $200 per day per product in profit. I think that to me is a good number because it avoid the people that are greedy think it's too little, and the people that will attack you probably don't want to bother to attack you for such little profit. So I like to look for that type of space for myself. That is why I have over 350 active products to make up my 30 million in revenue. So it takes time to build up, but I've been doing it for 6 years now, and I'm okay with that. And I think that is a longer term approach and should be the mindset.
All right. There is a lot of noise out there usually about the private label. There are so many people going into the other types of models, such as drop shipping and many other different topics. And they are also preferring, to move towards Shopify or Walmart, some other platforms. And many people are saying that Amazon is becoming so saturated, and private label products, they don't have profits anymore. Chinese logistics and the issues related to shipping has increased so much that making margins is too becoming too difficult. So how do you see this whole scenario? Are making profits difficult these days for private label launches on Amazon?
I don't think so. It hasn't been for us, but the way that we teach is to optimize around two different things, content and then keywords. And so we don't choose a product if we don't have a clear idea how we're going to launch that product and how we're going to rank and make sales. So the first thing is the product selection and the validation of that product. The second thing is that content is becoming more and more important, because products are becoming commoditized, which means many people are doing a lot of the same products. The way that you beat them is through value, through content, through looking better. Like the appearance of your product needs to be much better. The value that you are conveying to the customer needs to be much better. And so if you do that combined with a good keyword strategy for launch and for research and for building your listing better than them, you will beat them.
Agree. So what do you think? Is Walmart going to be the next big thing for e-commerce sellers, or like, is it far away from Amazon and it takes, a lot of years for it to be to that level? How do
I
you
think
see
a lot.
Walmart?
I think a lot of Chinese sellers have abandoned Amazon and are trying to take over Walmart. And
Yeah.
Walmart is a platform that I think is still very easy for people to hack. They are cheating the ranks and the reviews, and
Mm.
they're far less sophisticated in catching those things than Amazon. So right now, it is a lot of risk for very little reward, in my opinion, because you have a lot of people who can you can do all of the right things, and then you can have other people cheat their way ahead of you, and the revenue is very low compared to the amount of work you need to do. So I don't think that it's a great market for me to enter yet. I also think that live selling and influencer based selling is going to be bigger than Walmart very soon. I think TikTok, especially, will probably be
Mm.
the second biggest platform in the United States in the next year to 2 years. Um,
Yeah.
Understanding how to work with influencers, how to connect supply chain with influencers is the next big opportunity.
Yeah. Definitely. I would encourage everyone to please ask as many questions if you can, because we have Amazon's most popular and most, I would say, authentic guru with us today. So you can ask your questions, any technical questions if you have. We have one of the question here from our student. um Muhammad Khurram is asking that what about the products in the ranges of above 100 to $150 price range? Do you think that that's best to launch these type of products in 2022?
What type of products?
In the price range of 100 to $150?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of opportunity for going where people cannot afford to go. So I think that you have to understand the sales funnel for a more expensive product. Your conversion rate will be lower, people will shop more, and your quality must be very good. It is a more risky product because people will read the reviews, and if your reviews are negative, your sales will be very low. And so you must make sure that you have a very high quality product in that price range, because people will spend the time to compare against competitors. A cheaper product, people will often buy the first product they click on, but a more expensive product, they will do research and they will spend their money more wisely. So you have to be careful with those more expensive products. But I think that there is less competition at that price point.
All right. Since we talked about the reviews, so as we are actually witnessing that many of the reviews are being wiped off or deleted recently, and Amazon is doing this scrutiny for quite some time. So, what do you think are like the best way or best strategy to keep getting reviews? Probably through organic mediums, organic channels, or maybe what sort of other ways one can get reviews safely?
Yeah, we've never taken the approach to try to cheat reviews. So it is that is the main thing that Amazon cares the most about, and the fastest way to destroy your business. Remember, when we say that we're building up a brand and a business, we are thinking 3, 5 years or more down the road. So cheating is very short-term thinking and very risky. And I've seen people with businesses doing more than $30 million, $40 million, uh, just disappear overnight because they were cheating. Their entire life, all of the life of all of their employees is turned over because they decided to cheat, and it's very risky. So I wouldn't take that risk. If you're going to ask people for reviews, do not compensate them. But it's possible that you have an audience that genuinely likes your product and purchased your product because you launch a new product. So you build up a list of passionate people about your brand, and maybe you can ask them once they purchase to leave a review, but not in any way that you compensate them. Oh, I can't hear you.
Is there any new version of stock sheet is coming? Is a stock sheet enough to validate product?
Stark sheet. What is Stark sheet?
Chaudhry Abdullah Nazir has asked this question.
Yeah, I don't know Stark sheet.
All right. Okay, we have another question. Okay, Ava Arham is asking, where do you see Amazon private label business model in the next 10 to 15 years?
Yeah, over the next 10 to 15 years, I really see a consolidation of the larger brands and larger businesses, and it will become more difficult to compete. Um, it's still possible today to find a product with 5 or 10,000 US dollars to launch and to make profit, but you have to reinvest and you have to continue to build up your brand and more SKUs, and then you have to learn how to uh, to build up an audience, a passionate audience about your products, and start to learn about other channels. But that is very difficult for smaller brands who have only 1 or 2 employees. So the advantage will go to the larger brands who are okay with spending more money on launches, that are okay with spending the acquisition cost to gather that audience, that have the budget to do that. So, and then you have people buying businesses to consolidate them into one big corporation. And so, I think that and the other part of that is that, like I said before, that content is becoming better for most of the competition. It's more and more important to become very, very good at content, and so it's harder to stand out with a new product and get clicks. Before, when you went into a market and most of the competitors had ugly images, it was easier to do really nice images and get conversion and clicks. Now everyone has nice images, so you have to beat them with good keyword research, good optimization, good marketing, and a better product.
Great. Zawar Ahmed is asking how to run effective video PPC campaign, video ads.
So video has become commodity, like so competitive that and it doesn't impact ranks for keywords. So I don't know that it's like the video needs to be good, and it needs to have a call to action, and it needs to display the benefit to the buyer. So those are the main things I would think about. If you're going to spend the money to build a video, think about the benefit to the buyer. Make sure the video talks to the person who is purchasing. So that might be a mom, it might be an older person, it might be a young a young man, but you need to know who is typically buying that product, and you need to have the video speak to them and the benefits of your product to that person. And it needs to be well produced. It can't be obviously photoshopped. And they don't allow you to put too much text, so you have to be very careful with the way you do it. But even I've noticed that even if you spend good money on a video and you put it up on keywords, sometimes it can take away from organic sales, and it doesn't help your rank. So you actually can hurt your listing with too much video. Your video strategy needs to be very specific on long tail keywords, generic keywords. You need to figure out where to place your video, and is it worth the money to do a good video. And so very early on, when video first came out, it was very good and very easy, and cost per click was very low, and so a lot of people did it. But now I don't know that it's worth as much to go through all of the effort.
Ideally, what should be the video length? Like, how long should be the video?
I like to do very short, so under a minute, maybe 30 seconds. It needs to be something, because people have a very short attention span. You
Hmm.
need to convey your thought very quickly, the benefit, who it is, what the product is, and then what you want them to do. You want to get them to click. So you tell them, click now, buy now.
All right. We have a pretty detailed question from Masroor Ali Abbasi. As you have discussed in your PPC masterclass about launch strategy, you haven't discussed when to use SB ads like storefront ads and video ads. On which days do you think we should run them, and how should we bid according to it? Moreover, is this feature gonna be added in data dive?
So we are experimenting a lot with sponsored brand ads, SB ads, and we don't see an improvement in keyword ranks with them. And we understand that a lot of major brands are using these headline ads and sponsored brand ads as a way to get impressions, and they don't run them very profitably, and they're okay with that. So if you think about someone running a TV commercial, they're not paying for sales, a return on ad spend. They're paying for eyeballs, for someone to see it. And so they're okay with impressions being the metric that they're paying for. And when you have a small business like ours and a small business like yours, you need to be more conscious of the return on investment, the return on ad spend. And so sponsored brand, although can be effective in certain situations, and we will outline that strategy later, another day, and we will build it into data dive. You need to be careful the way you use it, and you need to use it in a very specific way. But it shouldn't be a strategy that is targeting all of the same keywords, because it'll take away from the effectiveness of your organic reach and your ranking.
All right. Perfect. Chaudhry Abdullah Nazir has a question. How to minimize risk before launching private label? What are the main factors involved in minimizing the risk factors initially?
Yeah, the biggest risk factor is trying to force a product without doing the proper research. Also, doing a product that you don't have enough capital. So before you choose to enter this business, you should know two things. How am I going to get my sales? And how many units can I sell? And do you have enough capital to sell that many units, to order and sell that many units and never run out of stock? So you need to understand your cash flow. You need to understand your finances. You need to understand accurately how many sales you will make. And in order to understand how many sales you will make, you need to understand what keywords you will rank for and how many sales you will get from those keywords when you rank in the top 10, top 20. And so that is why we created the software, so you can be very accurate with your guess and your product selection, and lower your risk, improve your chances of success. When we launch a product, we make money on that product 75, 80% of the time. So we only lose money very little percent of the time, which is good. But we still don't reorder every product, because sometimes the market shrinks, the margin shrinks, too much competition, the quality issues, all sorts of issues that we choose not to continue a product. So we only continue about half of the products that we launch, but we still make money on ones that we don't continue. And so that's where your mindset should be. Your mindset should be that I need to understand the data before I choose a product and before I enter the market.
All right. Hamza Tahir is asking, best strategy to launch a product that other sellers are also selling on Amazon. How to compete like with other sellers?
Well, that's where
Selling the same
data
product.
that's where data dive comes in. Just because you have
Yeah.
other competition doesn't mean they are good at Amazon. You can see a market that has a lot of sellers, but they might not be ranked well for most of the keywords. There might be 200 keywords that drive sales for a product, and they're only on 80 of them. So you can find products that you can do better. So you need to think about how you will do a better job from a content perspective, a product development perspective, but more importantly, from a launch and ranking perspective for all of the keywords. You need to be thinking very wide.
Right. Saklan Nasir is asking how you see influencer marketing for private label in the future.
Yeah, I think that it's gotten smaller. There used to be a lot of fake gurus that would don't know anything about Amazon, don't know anything about the algorithm or private label, but they're very good at marketing. And a lot of them have gotten in trouble. A lot of them have moved on to other things to sell and other scams like crypto and NFTs and stuff. And so I've noticed less of them. But many have also moved on to like automated businesses, which are scams as well. So I think that there's always going to be, if there's people that are spending money, there will always be people that are trying to trick those people. So you have to just understand the difference and try to educate your audience about the difference as well to make sure that they don't get tricked. I think that, if you're good at Amazon and you really understand it, there's an opportunity for you to add value and educate people, then I support that. I think that that's great. I think that you should be helping people and making money, and that is a beautiful thing.
Great. Zubair Taj has a question. Other than USA, which marketplaces has potential for private label?
I think that Europe is a big market, Germany especially, but I think that those markets you can enter, you can do the research, and you can enter for less money. So a product that might require $10,000 to launch in the US might only require $5,000 in Germany, for example, right? So if you have a lower budget, maybe you start over there and you understand what the upside is of that product. So you have to understand your potential profit. But the language is a barrier. You need to find someone very good to write your listing based on the keyword research you do. So we can give you the data, the keywords, but I don't know what they mean, right? So you need to find someone to make sure that when you clean up the data, they are removing keywords that you can't get sales from, irrelevant keywords, keywords that won't drive sales. Because we give you a lot of raw data, and some of those keywords are not good, and so you should ignore them. But you don't know the difference if you don't speak the language.
Azam Usman is asking, what factors need to take care of while planning for a strong PPC campaign in Q4 of 2022?
So it depends on the niche. If you're going into a very, very big season for something like toys, you need to understand that your product might do 3 to 7 times as many sales as a normal month. So you need to make sure you have the capital, you plan in advance for the supply chain, and that you understand the Chinese holidays. You understand the increase in shipping costs usually goes up because of demand. And you need to understand that you need to order more inventory during Q4 so that it arrives and your order ships before Chinese New Year, so that you don't run out of stock in January and February as well. So you should plan for your January order to arrive and another order to ship before the Chinese holiday. So you need to be thinking 3 orders in advance right now. And you should be placing your orders for Q4 in the next 30 days.
All right, great. Since you have mentioned about the fulfillment fees going up, so Shakil Uddin has a question. As you mentioned, FBA fulfillment fee going high constantly. Is it a better option to keep the limited inventory on FBA warehouses and to go for third-party logistics along with multi-channel fulfillment options?
It depends if you're multi-channel. If not, then I would keep at least 45 days of inventory in an Amazon because that is a good way for you to get proper distribution into all of the warehouses and maximize your rank. Amazon will lower your ranks if you have lower inventory. They call it in around an area, they call it geo ranking. So if I don't have a lot of inventory in a warehouse around South Florida, my rank for anyone searching in South Florida will be worse. So you need to make sure you have enough inventory for Amazon to saturate their warehouses. We find that the minimum you want is 25 to 30 days. And if you have 6 weeks of inventory, it's very healthy. If you have more than 8, it's unhealthy. So it's a balance you always have to keep, and send small orders often. Small shipments often is usually better. Um, if you Amazon is allowing through global logistics to ship directly to Amazon now, and it is cheaper. So what you save in shipping, you'll pay a little bit more in storage, but it is better because you get more saturation, and the IPI is not necessarily as important because they will store it at their warehouse. So you have a safer. The problem is that sometimes it is slower. So a lot of people, you need to be aware that if you or a client is using Amazon logistics, instead of 2.5 months to get to Amazon, it might be as much as 6 months to get to Amazon. It is very slow sometimes, but it's unpredictable too because it is based on their supply chain, their logistics. They're trying to make it better, so I imagine it will continue to get better. But we have experienced this ourselves, where we have products that have taken a long time. So I think that we store in a third-party logistics warehouse, but you have to be aware of those costs as well, right? So if I land a container and I ship it directly to Amazon, I don't have any trucking costs to the third-party logistics warehouse, and then the palletizing costs. So if someone you need to pay someone to take it off the container to wrap it in pallets, because the container is floor loaded. So they have to palletize it, and then they need to put it on a shelf, and you have to pay for them to store it per month and per week, whatever your deal is. And then when it's time to ship it back in, you need to have them pay them to put a label on it. That they charge you for that, and then you need to pay to have them ship it. So either by a truckload, half truckload, or LTL, you need to pay again. So all of those extra costs that you are incurring sometimes wipe out the savings of shipping your inventory to a third-party logistics warehouse to avoid the storage fees at Amazon. So just do the math both ways and really try to figure it out. Sometimes it is not worth it because running out of stock at Amazon is very, very bad.
True. Osama Pervez has a very interesting question. What's the best way to scale a brand on Amazon? Do we have to scale a brand horizontally, means add more products under a brand, or we have to scale vertically, means add more marketplaces? What should be the right way?
Look, that's a brilliant question, Osama. My personal preference is to go wider on Amazon. So I scale horizontally. But within Amazon, I will often scale vertically in a niche. So if I launch a couple products in a niche and I see that I understand the keywords better than my competitors, and I understand the buyer, and I have good content that converts and gets clicks, I will try to launch a lot more products like that one because I understand how to take more of the market share. I will change the design, I will change the idea, but I want more of that market, so I can expand vertically there. But for me, the ROI, the return on investment of launching the same product that is doing okay on Amazon into Canada or Mexico or Japan or UK, it's much better for me and for my time and for my employees' time and to launch more products on Amazon.com. So I go wider. I don't go more marketplaces. Almost all of my business is on Amazon.com for that reason.
Perfect. One last question. Masroor again has a question, but he is asking some detailed question related to data dive. Data dive includes all the pre-launch activities. Have you thought about post-launch add up like PPC optimization, reconciliation of inventory, as it will make data dive a complete tool and people won't need post-launch tools? And is there any complete tool for post-launch which you would like to recommend?
I appreciate that, brother. It is easier said than done. I promise you. I am spending over 100,000 US dollars per month right now with over 24 programmers, and I'm adding 10 more programmers. So
Wow.
that money I'm paying is over and above what we receive from subscriptions. So that is my personal expense, is 7 figures a year into developing this tool to be better. And a lot of the focus right now is on post launch and PPC tools. So the biggest priority for us right now is on the collaborative tools for your community and for service providers, and for large teams, enterprise teams. We want team members to be able to communicate with each other and share the research and share the sheets with amongst the team members that need to be focused on a product. So if you have 30 products, one product might be one content developer, one writer, one designer, a PPC guy, and a product manager, right? You might have a whole team on that one product, but one content manager might be in charge of 10 products. These 10 products, one product manager might be in charge of these 5 products, and there's overlap, but you don't know. So we're trying to make it so that every product you can assign your team members and get visibility, reporting, performance from that product, and they can communicate easily about each product so that you understand the health of that product, what each person needs to do, and make it more seamless. Beyond that, we want you to be able to benefit from the bringing on clients, and so we want to make Data Dive free to you or make it something that makes you money. So that will be very good for us. It'll be very good for you. You don't have extra expense, but you can make money from working with your clients and showing them why they should be using Data Dive. We honestly believe we have the best tool, and but we have a lot more to develop to continue to make it. Like you said, the PPC, the post-launch, we are adding some incredible PPC tools for automation, rules. Right now, we have a roadmap that will bring us to full self-driving PPC tools in the next 12 months. But we have several releases before that, and each release you will be very happy, I'm sure.
Very much looking forward, myself and this whole community. All right. So, sorry, we have a question from Shabana that can you please make us a walkthrough with the tool Data Dive?
Yes, I'm happy to do that really quickly. I can do a quick one for you, and then and share
Perfect.
your special discount, because you have the biggest discount of any community I've ever done. And
Wow.
so, yeah, very,
We are
very,
looking forward.
very, very special community discount because of how large the community is and how much I want to share it. So I will do a quick walkthrough for you, and then I will link to a video. Maybe I will share it with you to share with the community tomorrow.
All right.
A more detailed walkthrough that I just did the other night. The replay will be available. Okay.
All right. All right. Perfect.
Now
I'll share.
it's important that they understand the code that I gave to my own community is not as good as your code. So when they watch the replay, they will see one code and one discount, but yours is much better. So they will learn more detail then. But let's you want me to walk through? I will.
Yeah. Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, it's important that you understand there are a couple different ways to create a research sheet, okay? So, first of all, with Data Dive, we partner with Helium 10. So, if I come here to Amazon and I search for, let's choose a product. One that is maybe one that we definitely don't want to do, like I was just doing, right? The diaper bag. First of all, you need to understand that most of the time there are hundreds of keywords that drive sales for this product. And most of the sellers are not ranked for all of the keywords, right? So you can't create an accurate sheet, a very complete research sheet with just one keyword most of the time. So we create an option for you called the tray. This is the tray. And when you add a product to tray, it's because they are ranked well. So you can add to tray right here. And these are the best sellers. Now, what you want to do is you want to create a tray with 20 of the best sellers. You might need to add to tray from different subcategories or different search terms. Diaper bag backpack, diaper bag for 2 kids. Like, there's different diaper bag keywords that you might want to find. That is one way. That is the most accurate way. It is slower, but it's most accurate. If you want to do a quicker dive to analyze a potential product, you might want to give me 1 second. I will stop sharing. And I need to log into my Helium 10 account. Okay. Okay, so the other way is that you run X-ray on the one keyword that you want to use as your seed keyword. You need to make sure it is the most relevant and biggest search volume keyword that you think the most of the best sellers will be on. Because the idea is that the better sellers you choose, the ones that are selling the most sales of a product, your data will be the best because you will get all of the keywords that each of them are getting sales from, and together you will get a complete picture. Okay, so that is why it's very important that you choose the right products. Now, for this example, if you load more results means load the second page so that I can go even deeper, because sometimes the third, fourth, fifth bestseller might be on page 2 because they didn't do a good job of ranking organically for this keyword. But they're still getting a lot of sales from somewhere, and you want to know where that is. So it's very important that you choose the best sellers for that reason, because you want to know how certain guys are getting their sales and you want all of it. It's very important that you don't just focus on one niche, one keyword, one route, that you know all of the routes, all of the keywords, right? So if I sort by sales, there's a couple things you need to notice. Down here, you have NAs. NA means that the product doesn't have a subcategory rank or category rank. And so you need to understand that sometimes these are very good sellers too. So what I do is I look at the review count of the NAs, and if I see anyone with a lot of reviews, like this one has 2,000 reviews, but the sales are here. And this is not necessarily the type of product. This is a very expensive leather bag. That's why the sales are lower. So I don't want to do that one. And then there's 2 ways to do the dive after that. So I will add those to the dive, and I can choose which ones I want by selecting them here. And once I have 15, I will hit dive. Or I can, give me 1 second. That's about okay. Or I can add them all to tray here and then go to another keyword and add to tray here. So this is also to add to tray, okay? And now it's up here in my tray. So I could do a custom search from the tray after I've added all the best sellers from multiple keywords. I think it's important that you understand how to use the tray so you can get a more accurate dive. The other thing is that you need to understand there are 2 types of products here. So there are many, sometimes within a niche, like a product like diaper bag, there's 2 types of diaper bags. There's multiple types of diaper bags. There's the backpack. There's the one that is a backpack, but it expands into a carrier like this one and a changing table, right? It's a convertible one. And then you have ones that are like a tote. And the tote looks like maybe like that or like this, right? It's not a backpack, right? Very different. So when I'm doing the search, I might want to do 2 different searches here. I might want to do the 15 best-selling diaper bags, all of them, no matter what type, because I want to know all of the keywords that drive sales for all diaper bags, right? Very broad search, very broad data, very important. But then I might want to see if I can compete with just the diaper bag backpack. So I will only do the diaper bag backpack as a dive as well. So if I go through and I select them, If I see the same product, the same listing, right? This is the same listing, but it's two different variations. I will only choose the organic one. So I'm only choosing the backpacks, and I'm only choosing one listing from each parent listing because it's the same data. I don't want to duplicate my data. Do you understand? Okay. So once I choose 15, I will hit dive, and you will see that within 60 seconds, definitely 90 seconds, but usually within 60 seconds, I will have this page pop up. This is a master keyword list. This is what we are known for at Data Dive, is providing you with an insight into an entire niche to understand how many keywords, these are all the keywords, how many keywords are driving sales. We have 400 keywords with at least 3 relevancy, with at least 350 searches. And we calculate relevancy. This is sorted by relevancy. We calculate relevancy by counting the number of these best sellers we chose and how many of them are ranked well for this keyword. Okay. Now we go down to 350 search volume because that, to us, that's a good number that can still make a few sales a month, and it's still important, right? Now, what we see here is that without cleaning this list up, because this list, we call it a dirty list. A dirty list means we haven't removed any keywords. Like Graco is a brand name. We should remove Graco, right? We should move Zauer. That's also a brand name. So what I can do is I can use exclusions here by phrase, and I can remove Graco, and I can remove Zauer. I've removed only one keyword with Zauer. But I don't want to waste too much time. So what I'm going to do is show you the quickest way to do this to clean up the list. I am going to go over here to the roots keywords, and I've taken all of the keyword data, and I've counted the number of keywords that each word or set of words shows up and the search volume. So now I know which keywords and roots and different repeated phrases, how often they show up and how important they are based on broad search volume, right? But I need to go through this list, and I need to take out keywords that are not relevant. And I'm going to just do like the biggest ones for now to save time. I'm going to take out the Spanish term here. And I didn't take out the actual Spanish term. I have a button. I have it so that you can remove these, but it's not there yet. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. 5 keywords, 17,000 gone. So you can cut and paste. Itsy is here, so let me go ahead and type in Itsy. And you're seeing that what I'm doing, and I'm gonna add some keywords that are misspellings as well. So diaper spelled wrong. And you're seeing that I'm removing 3 keywords with 3,000 search volume, 3 keywords, 3,000, 3 keywords, 16,000. So I'm removing these keywords. There's skip hop. I want to remove skip. And so these are phrases I'm removing, and every keyword from that list with this phrase I'm removing. You see that? This is helping me to create a more accurate keyword list. Oh, this should have been removed. Okay, I think it was already removed. Disney. Seven keywords, Disney. And bebe is a Spanish term. We are not selling a mini one. We're not selling a station, right? Okay. So just to clean up just a few of these keywords, that's step 1. The next step to cleaning that I will do is I will go back to the master keyword list. And I want to remove the biggest keywords right away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort this instead of by relevancy by search volume. And now these keywords will be by search volume. And I'm going to take out keywords that are not relevant, like bag is too broad, right? Baby bag is good. Small. I'm not selling a small one, but I can keep it for now. Dad diaper bag, freshly picked diaper bag, leather diaper bag, Spanish term again. And okay, I just want to go down very quickly. Here's Jujubee. Remove that. Winnie the Pooh. I'm not selling Winnie the Pooh. Eddie Bauer. Tactical. Green stuff, very generic. Miss Fong, right? And then fun. Very quickly, I was able to remove some more search volume that is not relevant. And I can come over here and I can hit this button right here, exclude these keywords. Now watch this. This data changed all of a sudden. This product went from looking like medium risk to very, very risky. All of a sudden, we have 7 sellers that we consider very strong, 2 sellers that we consider strong. And we evaluate this product based on the fact that now there are 349 keywords with a combined search volume of 921,000. And 9 sellers are strong or very strong out of 15. This is a very risky product, very mature market, very, very good sellers. So I don't want to do this product at all. And I can see that now. I can see why. The other thing I'm going to show you is very important because sometimes these sellers, you want to make sure the story makes sense. This guy is on 94% of the search volume, so he has 15,000 sales. But that makes sense, right? But he also has, right, an additional 44,000 search volume in keywords that he's ranked well for. So, you know, this guy has 13,000 sales, slightly less, but he has 3 keywords he's doing really well on that no one else is doing well on. So we call those outlier keywords or opportunity keywords right here. And you see that if I look at these, I've got some Spanish words. Oh, I can sort by search volume. I've got backpack, very generic, and one of the sellers has managed to rank in the top 25. I've got baby must-haves. I've got baby registry search, ranked 24. This guy's ranked 24. No one else is ranked. Very good. Now, what you're seeing here, though, is that these are often very generic keywords or loosely related keywords. But here's a diaper bag organizer. It's something that usually goes in a diaper bag, maybe. Gender reveal gifts. These are gift keywords. Baby registry is a gift keyword, right? Columbia is a brand name. And if it's 307, it means they're not even indexed for it. It means they didn't even write any one of these words into their listing, and Amazon doesn't think it's relevant at all. So it doesn't mean that you can also duplicate this success. It's very important to know that you might not be able to get keyword rank for these keywords either. So you need to have accurate expectations for you and your client. And if I come back over here to the keyword or to the master keyword list, realistically, if I look at some of these competitors and I think about the search volume that I think I can beat or rank ahead of, maybe my sales will be in this range, but it'll be very competitive. And I will have difficulty being the 7th, 8th, 9th bestseller in this niche. And I will have to spend a lot of marketing dollars to compete against a lot of competition, right? So this is where I can really understand. If I do a deep dive, I can understand that some of these sellers have a lot of variations. I can look at the search volume trends to understand if this is a growing market or a shrinking market. But I can see that this one has all of these variations here. This one has a lot of variations. So if I want to launch this product, I probably need hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I need a lot of variations as well to compete because I want people, when they click on my listing, to choose one of my offers, not somebody else. So I can get a lot of insights from a keyword research perspective, how competitive a product is, a recommendation to a competitor, to a client or to yourself, whether you should do a product, what keywords drive sales, what routes drive sales. The other thing we've built is that you can write your listing better than your competition. So I can see if my competition has written their title really well based on the keyword data. And a thing that you will notice in a very competitive product is that there are lots of exact matches. The competition is all good at writing listings and good at emphasizing keywords. So you understand that we have a ranking juice calculation that we've calculated. And you'll see that the best sellers have done a great job of prioritizing the ones with the highest ranking juice, and that they have very high scores that we've given them based on how we calculate their ranking potential, which we call ranking juice. But I can still see if I could do a better job. So if I copy one of these competitors, here's a copy button, right? If I come over here and I go to Listing Builder, and I want to see what they've done a good job. This is our new Listing Builder tool where you can write the best listings possible based on the data, because we use the data here to show you what you're missing, what you're doing a good job. This listing doesn't have diaper bags, plural, which is very important. It has 26 keywords, 88,000 search volume. And for writing, plural matters because this is a different keyword for ranking. For PPC, it is the same, but for ranking, it is a different word. So you need to also write this one and prioritize it. You can also see that if we prioritize these keywords, that they're missing a lot of these keywords at all. They have very broad match. So you could see the match type here. This is a plural match. This is a broad match. This is a broad plural match. They're still missing all of these keywords here that have a good amount of search volume. And so you can understand what to prioritize and make this listing much better. So if you change the listing slightly, waterproof and stylish doesn't matter to most people, right? But you can say diaper backpack, and now you got diaper backpack, backpack, diaper bags, diaper bag. Like you got all those keywords we just hit. And our score went from 2.4 million to 2.8 million from a ranking juice perspective. And if I want to compare that to my competition, I can see all the routes I now hit, which ones I'm still missing. And then this tells you it's in the title. This tells you whether it's in the bullets. This tells you, and you can write your bullets. You can write any part of your listing here. And you can see where title, bullets, description, and match type for every keyword from the data. So we give you the tools to write the best listings possible to maximize your ranking potential. Very, very important. But remember that ranking doesn't come from just potential. It comes from performance too. So you need both parts. You need good performing PPC, good performing traffic, and then you need to push organic ranks the right way. And so we give you some amazing PPC tools. We've got Ppc Keywords. You import the entire list once it's cleaned up. And for launch, you would launch at most of these keywords. And almost all exact to start, but you would launch at almost all of these keywords. So you could go to PPC campaigns and you can set your rules. Like I like to do 5 and 5. I like to do at least $40 per campaign. You're not going to spend it all. I like to be aggressive, and you can be above the suggested, but you need to do some research. I like to do bid down, and you could put the the suffix here. So it could be your diaper bag and then ace in here. So you have both, right? And then you would have all of your campaigns here that you can preview your campaigns. And once you preview your campaigns, you can use the upload file here. See, generated the campaign successfully. Right into your list, right into an upload file that you can upload. Now, to rank for ranking campaigns, you don't want to go very wide. You don't want to spend a lot of money because you'll mess up your conversion ratio. You'll mess up your percentage of ad sales to your percentage of organic sales. And it's very important that you understand that organic will perform better than ad. So you'd want less ad than organic so that your overall performance is higher. And if you turn on too many PPC campaigns, you will hurt your rank, not help it. So it's very important that you are very precise with how you grow your listing after launch. And so what I want to show you is that if I had a keyword here like baby girl, this was a route I want to improve, then I can launch and I can choose just these 7 keywords here. And I can also search for maybe girl diaper, right? So these 2 routes I've selected for 11 keywords. And I can set up the rules here, the naming and the rules, and then you'll see them here. Then I can distribute a budget to make sure that I keep my tacos in check, that my tacos is restricted, so I don't spend too much money. And it will divide them. It'll divide that budget, the daily budget, based on search volume right here. And you'll see that it is distributed. The $200 is distributed. So it allows you to push very clearly on one route or a couple routes. You can do 10, 20, 30 keywords. You can lower the search volume and go a little bit deeper, but you want to be very precise when you're doing ranking campaigns. And I would also make sure that these routes are written in exact form in my listing somewhere so that I can get maximum ranking potential and combine it with the traffic and the performance to push the rank. Okay, very important. And we're building in a lot of additional tools, but we allow you to track your niches. We can show you the profitability of this product. So you can basically see if you're going to sell this product for $39.99, you think you're going to sell 1,500 units, you can do your landed costs here, right? This tool is free. The profits tool is free if you download the extension, and it shows up on the product page. So if I go to the product page here, you will see that it is right here. The profits tool is free. And I can name my manufacturing cost, and then from there I can understand my profits. So you can all see it here, right here, based on how I ship it. And you could put more information. We allow you to put all of the information that you need to get an accurate landed cost and accurate profitability. Super, super important that you know whether you're making money. So we allow you to do quite a few things with Data Dive, and it's only growing. Like I said, we have 24 programmers, and we're adding 10 more over the next month so that we can build some more tools in parallel at the same time as our roadmap already exists.
All right. Amazing. Very brief and detailed explanation and the demo given by Brandon Young. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So Brandon, the last part of the day, we need to announce something special for the community. Data Dive tool, you all can have an access of this tool. You can have a subscription of it at an amazing special discount only for the enablers community, only for the enablers students. You can get this amazing discount. So Brendan, over to you.
Yeah, so normally this tool is $150 per month. It is not cheap because it's very expensive to build, and it is very powerful, and it saves you a lot of hours of work. So your productivity goes up. Every single time you do a dive and you do work for somebody that would normally take 2 hours, and you can do it in 10 minutes instead, that is a lot more work you can do and charge your clients for. But the enablers community will get 50% off for 3 months. And then after the 50% off for 3 months, it will be $50 off per month after that. Over the next 3 months, while you guys are subscribed, we will be releasing some of these collaborative tools with built-in commission structure so that when you share Data Dive with clients and friends through your account, you will get commission and discounts on your own subscription so that you can create a free subscription eventually. So hopefully by the end of the trial period, your subscription will be free anyway. But think about the productivity. The point of this tool is that it's accurate and it's fast, and we allow you to be more productive, to do more work and better work for clients that will have more success and give more work. And then you can use those case studies to get more clients.
Amazing, excellent, perfect. So how can the community and the students avail the discount? Should I tell them separately, or you would like to announce it here?
No, the code is enablers50. You can type it into the chat for them. enablers50 is the code, and you just go to datadive.tools and you can sign up right away and start using it immediately with the discount. You can load up the Chrome extension and start diving immediately.
All right, amazing. Um, all right, how long will be the discount for it? Like how many months?
3 months.
All right,
And then
great.
after that, you get another discount, $50 off for the next forever after that.
All right, great. Thank you, Brandon, for this really amazing session. I think people are already appreciating in the comments about this session. They are absolutely amazed with this session, and this is just an hour's session. If you can see some detailed videos and strategy videos of Brandon, I think you will be more amazed. So you all have a discount now from Brandon Young for the data dive tool for the next 3 months. Enablers community only. You can avail the discount with enablers 50 and the code. You can enter it and avail this 50% off right away. The original subscription charges is $150 a month, but you can avail 50% straight off right away for the next 3 months. Enjoy this tool, learn this tool, and try to make the most of it, because this tool can really change your whole journey, and obviously the whole transformation you can get for your private label successes.
Inshallah.
Definitely, inshallah.
Yeah. And Jazakallah, brother. Assalamu
Right.
alaikum to everyone. Thank you so much for
Thank
everything,
you.
and I'm here for your support. I will provide that additional learning session that we did the other day to you for the community to share. And then, but remember, your discount is better, so they should use your discount.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Brendan. I really appreciate this. I really appreciate this. Thank you very much. Hope to see you more on our platform. And some of the people over
Inshallah.
here want to see you in Pakistan. They want to see you in
Yes,
Pakistan.
yes. Inshallah, I want to come to Pakistan. Yes, very much.
Yeah.
So, some of my favorite food and people. So I hope to come soon.
All right. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes,
Soon
yes.
we'll plan something for you, and you can meet our people, and obviously you can visit Pakistan, and you'll be amazed again by meeting these beautiful people in our country. Thank you, Brendan. I hope to see you again. Good luck for all the developments you are making for the masses. I wish you good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.